Hello everyone, in this video I'll be explaining you the problem repetition. So this problem is from CSES problem set and it's an introductory problem type. So let's read out the problem. You are given a DNA sequence, a string consisting of characters ACGT. It's like adenine, cytosine, guanine and thymine. So those who are a bio student, they would be knowing this. It's a DNA strings. So your task is to find the longest repetition in the sequence. Okay. So this is the maximum length substring containing only one type of character. Okay. So what we need to do is we have to find the longest repetition sequence in the character in the string. So the input is given a string s consisting of n characters, and we have to print the length of the longest repetition. So in this case, if you see, this G has occurred 3 times, so which is longest, so they printed 3. So let's you know uh, make sure how to do this. So we have ATTC GGA. Let me take the input on the board. We have ATT C G G A. This is a string. Okay, so this is a string sequence. Okay, we can call it string S. So what they're saying is this is a DNA sequence. Okay, DNA has adenine, thymine, cytosine, guanine. So these 4 characters makes the DNA sequence, right? So they have given these things, and what they have asked is they have given string S of characters 80, G and C. So we need to find the longest repetition of character. Okay, whichever character has occurred the longest time, that we need to find. So if you see, A has occurred 1 time here, so TT has occurred like continuously 2 times, C again has occurred 1 time, G has occurred 3 times, A has occurred 1 time. So among these, which is maximum? 3 is maximum. So we need to find this. So if you see, A has occurred 1 time, here T has occurred 2 times, G is 1 time, C is also 1 time, this A has occurred 4 times, and this T has occurred 1 time, G 1 time, C 1 time. So which is maximum? 4 is maximum. So we need to return this. So how do you find this? So what we can do is, it's a straightforward, right? We need to scan through the entire sequence, and we need to check. We have to take one previous character, okay, and which is initialized to the first character of the string, which is A. Okay, and we'll take answer. I mean longest sequence you can call. Initially, let it be 0, and then we can check the you know normal length. Okay, sequence length. So initially it is also 0. Now I'll take an iterator. I mean the index I. So the index I is here right now. Okay, I'll check if the previous character and correct character is same. Yes, it is. Okay, so my sequence length is going to increase by 1. Next I'll move forward. So is my previous and correct same? It is not same. So whatever I've got in the sequence length, I'll check with the longest. So which is maximum, 0 or 1? 1 is maximum, so I'll make sure it is 1. Now when it is a mismatch, sequence length I'm making sure it is 1 only, and then previous character I'll be making it is T. So it's like at this particular location I've got one character of length whose character is t. I'll move forward again I. So when I'm moving forward, what I'm doing is I'm checking current character, previous character, both are same. So my sequence length is going to increase by 2. Okay, so it is 2 right now. So which is true, like 2 t's are there. Then I'll move forward. I'll check if my previous and this current character is same. It is not same. So when it is not same, I'll check the longest and current length. It is 2 and it is 1. So which is maximum? 2 is maximum. I'll make sure it is 2. Okay, and now I'll make sure my current sequence length is 1, and the current character is C. So as you can see, we have, it's like the sequence length is 1 and its character is C. So and the longest till here that we have got is 2, which is true. Now I'll move I forward. Now I'll check if previous and this are same. It is not same. So I'll make sure my current length is 1 only. Before updating 1, we need to check which is maximum, 2 or 1. 2 is maximum, so it will be 2 only. And my current length we again updated with 1 only, and the previous character is going to be G. Next I'll move forward. I'll see if it is same or not, previous character and current. It is same, so sequence length is going to be 2. I'll move I forward. I'll check if both are same. Yeah, it is same. Your length is going to be 3. Okay, next I'll move forward. I'll see if both are same. Both are not same. If both are not same, so which has got maximum value among longest sequence and sequence length 3. So I'll update this to 3, and this I'll update it to 1, and your previous character is going to be A. So it's like till here we have got the longest sequence as 3, and current sequence is A whose length is 1, which is true. Then I'll move forward. We don't have, so the longest sequence that we have got is 3. So this is the intuition of the algorithm. So I'll be solving this way. As I said, like if you try to see the pseudocode, what it will have is, it will have previous character, which will be initialized to string of 0 first, and then let me call as longest sequence. It will be initially 0, and let me call sequence length, current sequence length we can call, or something like that. So it is also 0. I'll take a for loop which will run from 0 to n minus 1. I'll check if this s of I is equals to previous character, which means both are same. So both are same means your sequence length is going to increase. Sequence length is going to increase by 1. Else it's like both are not same. So if both are not same, what you are going to do is, your longest sequence length will be maximum of longest sequence comma this sequence length. Okay. And the next thing that will be doing is, your previous character is going to update with this s of I character, and the sequence length is going to be 1. Okay, when you come out of the for loop, so one more time you will have to check this longest sequence. Okay, because it may happen that you had still G here, let's say. So in that case your longest sequence will be again increasing by 1, but you are not updating your longest sequence. When you move forward, you will come out of the loop. You will have to check again this thing. Okay, so I'll tell you on the code. So yeah, let's try to code it up. So we don't have here test case. We have just integer. Only input contains a string of n character. We have a string, that's it. So this is repetitions. Yeah, so let me write one more time. What we'll be doing is, first of all, we don't have test cases, so we need to comment this, and then we don't have input as n. We have string as input. Okay, we'll take one variable as n, which is basically length of the string. As I said, first we take longest length, which is going to be initially 0, and then I'll take sequence length, which is also 0, and then I'll take previous character, which is going to be s of 0. Okay, now I'll run a loop. What I'll check is if s of I equals to previous character, so your sequence length is going to increase, right? Else what will happen is it's like there is a mismatch in the character, so your longest length will now be maximum of longest length comma the previous sequence length. Okay, now your sequence length is going to update by 1 and previous character is going to update by s of I. So when you're coming out of the loop, one more time you have to do this longest length, because it may happen that last character and previous last character are same. So in that case we have not checked this thing, right? Longest sequence. So yeah, at the end we'll have to display the longest sequence. Let's try to submit this. Yeah, it got accepted. So let's try to analyze the time complexity. So we are just using one for loop, so it's a linear, and space if you see we are not using any extra space. So time complexity is linear and then space complexity is constant. So yeah, thank you guys. In this way, I mean in this way you could have solved the problem.